Most burnout advice is surface level tactics that don't actually fix the problem. You're told to take a break, practice self-care, meditate, journal, but none of that works if you don't understand why you're burned out in the first place and what order to fix things in. In this video, I want to talk about Restore. This is my 7-step recovery system that I built after burning out so hard I almost quit creating entirely. And it's not just a list of wellness tips, it's a sequence where each step builds on the one before it. By the end of this video, you will know exactly where you are in the recovery process and which step comes next. But quick thing, I built a free 2-minute quiz that tells you which type of burnout you have and on which steps you need to focus on first. The link is in the pinned comment and description, so you're not just guessing about where to start. Alright, so let's break down the Restore framework. Restore isn't a course or some self-care routine. It's a process, 7 steps that takes you from completely burned out to creating sustainably without hating your life. And one thing is super important. You can't skip ahead because each step depends on the one before it. It's a sequence, not a menu, where you pick what sounds good. Alright, so let's walk through it. Recognize. So the first step is recognize your burnout type. There are 5 types of creator burnout and most people experience a mix of all of them, but one is usually dominant. For example, financial pressure. You're stressed about revenue, your income is inconsistent and you can't relax because money is always tight and every video feels like it has to work. Then there's creative fatigue. You're burned out on ideas. Editing exhausts you. You stare at blank screens and making content feels like pulling teeth even though you used to love it. Then there's boundaries and time. You're overcommitted. You don't have an off switch. You're working all the time and even when you're not working, you're thinking about work. And algorithm anxiety. You're refreshing analytics constantly. You're obsessed with metrics. You're stuck in that dopamine loop where every notification pulls you back into the app. And we have sustainable growth. You're doing everything yourself. You can't delegate because nobody else can do it right. And you're the bottleneck in your own business. And here's why knowing the type matters. A creator with financial burnout needs the 3 income rule, but a creator with algorithm burnout needs an analytics detox. So different problems require different solutions. And you can't just apply generic advice and hope it works. I also made videos about those systems, so after this one, go over to my channel and watch those. Then we have established boundaries. And this is the second step. Once you know your burnout type, the next step is protecting your time and energy. And there are 3 types of boundaries you need to set. Time boundaries are things like, I don't work after 7 p.m. Weekends are off. I take 1 full week off every quarter. Because without clear cutoffs, you will just work until you collapse. Then we have energy boundaries. And energy boundaries are things like I only film in the moment when my brain is sharp. No meetings before noon. Admin work gets done in the afternoon when I'm already tired anyways. Because high energy tasks require high energy windows. And then we have audience boundaries. And those are things like I don't respond to DMs after 7 p.m. I don't read YouTube comments on upload day. I don't do free consulting calls. Because your audience will take as much as you give and then ask for more. But there is a mistake most creators make. They set boundaries privately but never communicate them. So their audience still expects instant replies, brands still expect free work, and collaborators still assume they will always be available. You have to broadcast your boundaries, not just hope people respect them. So you put them in your bio, you mention them in your videos, or set auto replies with ManyChat, for example. Then we have S, the third step. So stabilize systems. You can't optimize chaos. So before you start batch filming or using AI or automating everything, you need foundational systems that keep everything from falling apart. The ones every creator needs are pretty simple. A weekly review where you spend 30 minutes every Sunday asking what worked this week, what didn't, what's my focus for next week? Because without that, you will just drift from one video to the next with no clear direction. And then energy management, which is an energy audit. So you need to know when your brain actually works, so you can schedule high value tasks during high energy windows instead of fighting your own biology. And then time audit, so you know where your time is actually going instead of where you think it's going. Because most creators think they are spending 20 hours a week on creative work, but the data shows 6 hours creating and 14 hours on emails and scrolling. And then we have process metrics instead of outcome metrics, which means tracking things you control. Like, I published 2 videos this week and I added 50 people to my email list, instead of things you don't control, like I got 10k views or I hit 1k subscribers. These aren't fancy systems, but without them, everything else falls apart. I used to skip weekly reviews because I thought I don't have time for that. And then I would panic on Wednesday because I had no idea what video to make next. So I would scramble to throw something together and it would be mediocre. Now I do the review every Sunday. It takes 30 minutes and it saves me hours of stress during the week because I know exactly what I'm doing. And what's more important, I know why I'm doing it. Then we have T. This is step 4, transforming your mindset. This is a step most creators skip, and it's why they keep burning out even after they fix their systems. Because you can't have perfect workflows and still hate creating if you believe deep down that you're not good enough, that everyone else can handle this, so what's wrong with you? That resting is lazy, or that if a video fails, you're a failure. That's not a mindset problem, that's a lie you absorb from hustle culture. And the only way to recover is to reject it completely. Because you're not broken, the system is. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, they are all designed to keep you posting constantly, and if you burn out, they just replace you with someone else who is willing to sacrifice their mental health for reach. You're exhausted because you've been doing high energy work at low energy times, saying yes to every opportunity and never giving yourself time to rest and reset. And you're not failing, you are learning. Every video that doesn't perform teaches you something about what works and what doesn't. And the only real failure is quitting before you figure it out. Transforming your mindset doesn't mean thinking positive thoughts. It means rejecting the belief that burnout is your fault and understanding that the way creator culture is structured is fundamentally unsustainable. Then we have optimized workflows. And this is the 5th step. Once your mindset is right and your systems are stable, then, and only then, can you start optimizing. Because this is where batching and AI and automation come in. Batching means filming 4 videos in one day instead of 1 video per week. Same total hours, but you're not context switching constantly, so you stay in the creative zone and actually enjoy the process. The screenshot method is my system for generating 50 video ideas in 30 minutes using a database, so you never sit down to make a video and stare at a blank screen wondering what to talk about. AI for speeding means using ChatGPT to generate outlines, title variations, thumbnail concepts, not replacing you, just speeding up the parts that don't require your unique voice. And scaled back editing means focusing on clarity over effects, where you make a clean, simple edit that doesn't take 10 hours to finish because you're not adding transitions and color grading and B-roll for every sentence. The mistake people make is trying to optimize before they have systems in place. You can't batch film if you don't have boundaries protecting that filming day from meetings and interruptions. You can't use AI effectively if you are a perfectionist who's going to rewrite everything it generates anyway. Optimize last, not first. Because optimization only works when you have something stable to optimize. And then we have reconnect with purpose. And that is step 6. By this point, you fixed your systems, your workflows and your mindset. But if you're only creating because the algorithm demands it, you're going to burn out eventually anyway. You need to remember why you started in the first place. Maybe you wanted to teach people something you wish you had known earlier, or build something that lasts longer than a viral video, or connect with people who think the same way you do. That's your purpose. And when you reconnect with it, creating stops feeling like a grind and starts feeling like the thing you're supposed to be doing. I almost quit YouTube last year because I was doing everything right, posting constantly, working on good thumbnails, writing decent scripts, but I started to hate every second of it, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I asked myself, why am I even doing this? And the answer was because I burned out building my last channel, and I don't want other creators to go through what I went through. And that shifted everything, because now every video I make is about preventing the thing that almost broke me. And that feels meaningful in a way that chasing views never did. Alright, and the 7th step, evolve sustainably. The final step is building a creator business that doesn't require you to do everything yourself forever. Because early on, you do everything. So filming, editing, thumbnails, admin, community management, all of it. That's fine when you're just starting. But if you're 2 years in and you're still doing everything yourself, you're not building a business, you're building a job that pays worse and has no benefits. Evolving sustainably means asking 3 questions. What can I automate? Like scheduling posts and email sequences, invoicing and analytics tracking, things that don't need a human brain. Then what can I delegate? Like editing and thumbnail design and admin work and community management, things that someone else can do just as well or even better than you. And what can I eliminate? Like tasks that don't move the needle, platforms that don't convert, collaborations that drain your energy without giving you anything back. Let's put it all together. And that is restore. 7 steps that work in sequence. Recognize your burnout type, establish boundaries, stabilize systems, transform mindset, optimize workflows, reconnect with purpose, and evolve sustainably. Each step builds on the one before it. And if you try to optimize before you stabilize or reconnect with purpose, before you transform your mindset, it won't work. Start with R, work through all 7, and that's how you recover from burnout and build something sustainable. And all of these steps, the boundary scripts, the weekly review template, the screenshot method, the energy audit, the 3 income rule, the analytics detox, the delegation playbook, all of that is what I teach in the Sustainable Creator Blueprint, which is the course I'm building right now, and everything around this framework. If you want to know which step of restore you need to focus on, take the 2-minute burnout quiz. The link is in the pinned comment, and we see us in the next video.